Alright, we're replacing some outlets in a mobile home here. This one's worn out inside.
No, because my machine's still going. My machine wasn't going, I'd say yeah, but my machine's still going. Well, he went downstairs and most of the time, and then Evan told him when he got
The holes were stripped out, so somebody had to put sheetrock screws in here.
well, you knew they were doing the wiring today. Yeah. After one's out there, turned off one's down there last night. Because you gotta turn them to find the right way. You had to turn them off to find the right
Okay.
way. Alright, I'm not gonna argue over it. Sorry.
This one was replaced not too long ago, in the past few years, but it got wore out because it got used so much, so we have to replace it. Here in the country I was born in, we use a 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. And this is 14 American wire gauge, and it's on a 15 amp circuit breaker. So our loops are all nice on this one here. So we'll just open them back up again here. So here in the country I was born in, your black wire goes on your brass screw, which is the narrow slot. Your white goes on the silver screw, which is the wider slot. And your bare ground wire goes on your green screw. We're going to close the screws we're not going to be using, so they're out of the way of everything we don't want to touch. And we put our wires around the screws, the direction our screw turns, like this. Make sure it's nice and tight, and our copper's under the screw head all the way around. Like that. Now we'll put our white on the silver screw. Make sure our copper is under the screw head all the way around. Make sure it's nice and tight and our insulation's not pinched under the screw head. We're going to bring our outlet down this way. Now we'll put our black one on the brass colored screw. Close our loop like that. Make sure our copper is under the screw head all the way around. I'll pull a little bit forward here so our copper goes under all the way around there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Our insulation's not pinched. We have a nice solid connection like that. Now we can go down and then up with our black and white like this. And we'll go across the bottom with our ground wire and keep it down at the bottom so it stays away from everything here. if our screws strip or if they work. And I'll push our ground wire down there. I'd rather have the right screws in there. Nope, they're just hopping like a bunny, so we have to put the other ones in because those holes are stripped. And if it's stripped, it's no good. I'll try to save those screws, but if I lose them, I lose them, and I'm not going to get upset if I lose them. So we're just going to make sure these screws aren't going to hit the wire in the back here. The wires are coming down from the top. That screw does not reach anywhere near the back of the box. This is a fairly new mobile home, so the construction is the same as a house, pretty much. But they use lower grade light switches and outlets, and I'll show you one of the outlets I took out. Cover back on here. Here's one of the outlets we took out. It's only backstab wiring, no screw terminals. And there's the side of the device, and you can see the little brass tab there to break the outlet apart to put like the top on one circuit and the bottom on the other circuit. So the only connection that's a screw terminal is the ground. And there is the front of the outlet.